excuse me, I'm back again. Your main, the real Bill Real. I just had to contain myself. I was laughing so hard I started coughing and crying. Yes, you guys may be asking yourself, well, Bill, what are you laughing and crying all about? Well, the reason why I'm laughing and crying right about now is because I have been able to peek into that little manila folder. And in that little manila folder is a layout of what happened between one Jameis Winston and we're just going to call her Erica. All right. When the cat's away, the mice will play. Now, the cat that I'm referring to is Jameis Winston's girlfriend. Yeah, you know the girlfriend that he had in high school. Uh, she goes to Rice. She's on the basketball team. And Winston was carrying on a tryst with Erica, as the pictures have borne out. This is the female that he is kissing after the game. This is the one that he's kissing on the dance floor. What happened is his girlfriend came into town, and well, he knew she was going to be coming into town, and he said to Erica, I need you to fall back. Okay, that's the term that these young folks use. And that term means I need you to play the sideline. Nothing extra. On this weekend, I'm not coming to see you. I'm not going to even act like I know you, because this is the future wife to be. This is the one that's going to be up there in the audience in New York when I sign my deal in the next couple of years. So, as I've told you before, there's no wickedness like the wickedness of a woman. You keep living and you'll see what I'm talking about. Men, if you think I'm crazy, you keep living. And women, you already know I'm telling the truth. So that's why you don't ever respond to this. But I'm going to tell you what happened. She was jilted over this. Embarrassed. Because on her Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts, she had pictures. And when I say pictures, we're talking about tons of pictures of Mr. Winston. Basically showing how she was infatuated with him. So she had been made a fool of because all of her friends know that this is the guy she's been letting have sex with her as if he's her husband, okay, which is rule number one that she broke, okay, which brings dishonor ultimately upon her dad and her mother, but her dad first, okay. So without being married, she allowed another man to get the best that she had to offer. That was rule number one she broke. And because she broke that rule and ended up taking another man from a man from his girl, because she actually knew that he was engaged in a relationship. According to the statement that was placed under one of the pictures that she had on her Facebook account, where she is saying that she creeped him so hard. Now, if you're not familiar with lingo, creeped means that they slip behind that person's boyfriend or girlfriend, and they were able to get to that person, and they were able to get that person to have a sexual relationship with them. That's what that means. So Erica was fully aware of the fact that um, Jameis was involved in a relationship with a quite attractive young lady that went to Rice, that he had been in a relationship with since high school. Okay, so what happened after that was total embarrassment, depression, rejection, anger. I mean, you name it. I mean, we can go down the list of all of the sins. All right, wrath, envy, pride. Come on. So she's operating in those. And what she decided to do was strike out. And she said, all right, well, you're going to make me look like a cheap whore. You're going to make me look like a booty call when I'm telling everybody that, hey, I got you. You know, you're going to be my man. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking you from her. They say, no, you're not taking him from her, because they're hugged up in the stands right now. And you're having to look across the way at that. And you and your girls are looking at them all kissed up and hugged up, walking around campus, holding hands, going to the Dairy Queen, all right? Doing all the things that couples do. So she says, you know what? That time when you were over at my apartment, last week, when you were, getting the best of everything that I was able to give you, I'm going to tell the police that it was rape. Yeah, I'm going to tell them it was rape, and I'm going to hurt you and your Heisman chances, speaking of Mr. Winston, and I'm going to get back at that female that I don't like, because women are like that, okay? A woman will slip around with a girlfriend's boyfriend or fiance or even husband, and she'll do it out of jealousy, out of spite, out of anger and resentment for the other female. So this was a twofold blow, okay, that she decided that she was going to launch at him. Excuse me. That she was going to launch at him in an attempt to break them up, to expose the relationship, if you want to call it that, that Jameis Winston had with her, just because women do those type of things. So I just want to show you that here he just cheated on his girlfriend. Okay, he's sinning too, because he's in fornication with the one girl who he's not married to, and he's also in fornication with the other girl that he's not married to. Okay, and this is the reason why this is a sin in the Bible, where you're not supposed to do it, because it causes problems on our social environment, everything, economically, you name it. When people go against the laws, this is what happens. But I digress. Let me get back into it. So, there were two other friends there, and their boyfriends were there also. And these people, when the report first came out, these people went to the police and they said, no, this did not happen. There was nothing forcible that went down, because when Jameis came out of the room with her, they were smiling and joking and talking, and they seemed like a loving couple. Okay? So they're going to, have that information available for you, and you'll be able to take a look at that here shortly. Which is basically going along with his side of the story, which is saying, hey, look, you know what? I had a little side piece, at FSU, and I figured I could juggle both. I could juggle the little side piece, and I can still, hang out with my girl whenever she comes down, or whenever we get a chance to see each other. This happens all the time. Okay? And what happened is, in the beginning, she said that she had only known the rapist one night. So that was the first lie. Well, that was the second lie, because the first lie was that she had been raped. The second lie was that she had only known the attacker for one night. Photos will show you that she had known him more than just one night. And you will not have photos on your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram of someone that you've only met one time. time. This is somebody who was deeply in love with this guy, who was infatuated with him, which all of this is going to come out when you are able to scrub those sites of her friends. Okay? Hint, hint. All right? So, let me get back into the story. So, the first time that she made the incident, she didn't have a name of who the guy was. That was the third lie. And she said that the guy was between 5'9" and 5'11". That's the fourth lie, I believe. Now, the fifth lie was when she said that this guy had straight hair. None of these things point to Jameis Winston. And if you have his pictures all up on your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you know what his name is. You know what his first, his middle, and his last name is. You've practiced what your name would sound like with his last name. Come on. This is how females think. If I'm saying something wrong, please comment. Please make a video response to what I am saying. So, this was done to protect him because she really did not want him to get into any type of trouble, because she knew that he had not raped her in any way or forced her to do anything that she was not willing to do, that she would not have injured herself to do. All right? Okay, come on now. She was infatuated with him. So we speed along, and let me see. This is December when this was originally, this complaint was originally made. We fast forward to February. Yeah, February. I think towards the end of February. I think it's something in the February 20th something. Anyway, this case was, I guess, open. Okay, but it was really closed because they had already been able to find out that several of her stories did not make sense. And since we had already had the two other people who had given statements concerning what was going on, I think what he wanted to do in the beginning is he wanted to distance himself from the girl, with him having a girlfriend that his parents had probably approved of, probably goes to his church. You understand where I'm coming from? That, you know, this whole entire family was knowing that this was going to be the wife in the future. 2-3 years down the road, they were getting married. Okay, they already knew that. So, excuse me, I think what he wanted to do is he wanted to distance himself from it, and didn't really want to admit that he was a cheater, like most kids his age are. Well, obviously, that stirred up a little bit of animosity amongst the two. I don't see any way he would have gone back to be with her in any way. There was a report out. I don't know if the girlfriend had caught wind of it or not. I had reason to believe that he probably had the power to be able to go back and exercise his will, but probably didn't. Anyway, the reason why this is a part 2 is due to the fact that the aunt of Erica, who is a graduate of Florida, decided that she wanted to press for the investigation to be opened up. Now, why would she want to have that done? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with another family member who happens to be connected to some other people who happen to be in the same Masonic lodge. I don't know. You figure it out. Okay? But the aunt's name is Patricia Carroll. Yeah. So Patricia Carroll decides that she wants to open this up, and that's the reason why it made TMZ and ESPN and then subsequently spread to all of the other outlets. Yes, the aunt is doing everything possible to try this case in the media so that you won't take a look at the truth, which is the fact that her niece is really due for an arrest and prosecution over making a false report of rape, which is a felony that never took place. They need to go after her for the grief and the damage and the reputation, the damage to the reputation of Jameis Winston, who should not be penalized in this way that he's being penalized, who should not be able to be a Heisman candidate. But I do go back to it and I say he was not following the commandments. He was sinning. So he opened himself up to these problems. But this is truly what's going on. This is a woman spurned, and this is an opportunist who has taken an opportunity to make a few bucks on the side to say, hey, let's smear him since we're not doing so good right now. And while we're at it, we have other people that are in this lodge who are connected to other people that they would like to see get the Heisman. And we're talking about Alabama, and we are talking about Texas. And we're talking about the gentlemen who are connected to them. You figure this stuff out, people. I'm signing out. This is the real Bill Real.